The Green Lantern Corps HBO Max series, or Lantern as it's officially being called, was announced so long ago that, like, when it was first announced, we were all super hyped for it. Like, oh my god, guys, we're getting a Green Lantern HBO Max series. And everyone is still excited for it. It's just there hasn't been any news in such a long time that we're really just craving some sort of details about this series. And now we finally have those. Because we got a whole bunch of details coming from the Illuminati, which, you know, depends on whether you trust them or not. So, of course, take this with a grain of salt and consider these rumors for now. But this does seem pretty likely to be true. So, starting off with the first part, this series is actually set to begin filming in April of 2021 and they're going to be shooting in Los Angeles. So, it seems like they're probably aiming for a release of probably early 2022. So there's that. But also we have some descriptions of all the different characters. Starting off with Guy Gardner, which I know a lot of people are really looking forward to seeing this character finally in live action. So this character is going to be in his 30s, and he'll be a hulking mass of masculinity as rendered in the comics. Guy is a personification of the hyper-patriotism found in the 1980s that birthed Hulk Hogan and Rambo. However, Guy is still likable. He might act foolish, but he is not a fool. Guy loves his daughter and wife with all of his hard-partying, fast-driving, hot-tempered heart. But like many alpha males, there's a deep undercurrent of pain driving it all. So, that sounds interesting. Like, I don't know that much about Guy Gardner. Pretty much my only experience with him is seeing him in cartoons. But this makes me really interested to see what we're gonna see from this character, because this sounds like it's gonna be really, really cool to see. And it sounds like you're still gonna get that cocky side of Guy Gardner that we all love, but you're also gonna get those deeper parts of the character as well, which I'm really looking forward to. Then, of course, we have Alan Scott, another one people are looking forward to a lot. And if you don't know already, it has been confirmed that the series will take place over multiple time periods. So Guy Gardner may be taking place in present time, but Alan Scott will actually be, his storyline will be taking place in the 1940s. And that's where he'll be 28 years old. And from the outside, he's just the model of early 1940s, basically. The image of a G-Man. I don't really know what a G-Man is, so any of you that know 40s terms, if that even is a term from the 40s, then let me know. But Alan is a handsome, clean-shaven, and well-dressed without a hair out of place. He has spent his young life trying to personify truth, justice, and the American way. He is already a household name in LA and is seen as a hero thanks to positive press coverage. However, for all of Alan's honesty, there's one huge lie that follows him. He is a gay man, a fact that in his era could cost him his job or even his life. Now, this is really interesting because, yet again, Alan Scott, another Green Lantern character that I don't know that much about. And, you know, the past couple of years, we've seen a lot of, like, coming out stories of characters who find out they're gay and then they have to struggle with that realization. But it's going to be interesting to see that taking place in the 40s, because a lot of the recent stuff we've been seeing, it takes place in 2020 or 2019. So it's more accepted. But in the 40s, that was completely against everything. So I'm really excited to see how this turns out with this character. Then we have Bree Jarta, who will actually be an original character introduced in the show. And she is a black female in her 30s. And few Lanterns actually take their commitment to the Corps and its purpose more seriously than Bree. Bree is half human, and it's the half she's worked hard to forget. Bree has an alien mother and a human father. However, she was raised on a more enlightened planet with an advanced society. Bree outworked her peers and earned her ring only to find herself partnered with Guy Gardner. So, whereas Alan Scott's story is taking place in the 40s, and Guy Gardner's is most likely in present day, it seems like Bree Jarta will also be in present day or whenever Guy Gardner's story takes place as well. So that's the cool thing. When they first announced that all these different lanterns were going to be taking place throughout different time periods, that was one of the things I was worried about. Like, oh, you're just going to keep all these characters separated? So it is cool to see that they are going to be having mini crossovers here and there, which I'm really excited for seeing here in the series. Then also it has been confirmed that Sinestro will be in the show. We don't know if he's going to be the main villain or anything, or he'll just have some sort of appearance, maybe set up for a future season, or maybe even a movie. We'll have to wait and see. It has also been confirmed that the Dominators will have some sort of appearance as villains as well, not the main villains. And of course, we did see them have an appearance on Supergirl in a couple seasons there. They were also the main villains of the first Arrowverse crossover Invasion. So it's going to be cool to see them on a much higher budget and battling the Green Lanterns. Then finally, this series will have 10 episodes in this first season, and Seth Grahame-Smith will serve as the showrunner. So that is all the details that we have here from the Illuminati. Definitely some really cool stuff that we found out here. I'd say 10 episodes is a good amount. When it comes to streaming shows, at first, when I saw, like, I think Stranger Things was probably the first show that I watched as a streaming show, and I was really upset, like, oh, it's only 8 episodes, when, like, every other show I had watched was, like, 20 episodes. But the more streaming shows I watched, the more I'm like, alright, you know what, the less episodes, the better. So, I think 10 episodes is a good amount here, that we can see from here, and I'm excited to see all these different characters, in this series, even when their stories are taking place over different time periods. So guys, let me know down in the comments below, what do you think of these updates on the Green Lantern HBO Max series, and which of these characters are you looking forward to seeing the most? Is it Guy Gardner? Is it Alan Scott? Or is it Bree Jarta? So, thanks so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and hit the subscribe button so I can keep you up to date on everything that goes on in the DC life.